Anyway, I did want to talk about basically the future of this channel and stuff like that. I've been going through a whole lot of stuff recently, and I guess to elaborate on that, this is the special just in for the people who watched that video and watched the stream. I've been going through a whole lot recently. Like, oh my god. Oh, thank God. Okay. But I've been going through a whole lot recently, and I've had to cut off a lot of people in my life. Even some friends and people that I've known for a very long time, and it was begrudgingly. I didn't want to, but I didn't want to cut them out, but like I cut a lot of people out, and I also did want to get my distance from people because, God, I had like a mental breakdown the other day, and it was really bad. It was like for some very bad stuff that I usually can just deal with, but I was just having such a hard time. I just wanted to like let it out. Like, sometimes I feel like it's okay to... Oh, that was nice. I think it's fine for a person to reach their breaking point and to kind of have their moment. Oh, that was nice. For someone to like reach their breaking point and to have their moment of complete nonsense hysteria, and I kind of just had that, and I was gonna have to make like a weird decision when it comes to like my job, my life, and all that stuff. And I had a breakdown, and I realized in that breakdown, and this was after the fact, so that I could actually think clearly, I just realized I'm not getting the support from people that I need. And the thing about that is the fact that in general, it might not be objectively true. Like, I can say some people that have supported me all my life, they have supported me. But in that moment, I just felt like it wasn't enough. And I feel like I'm not obliged. I am fine to feel that way because it's just the way I feel, and nobody can change that. Now, I do feel kind of bad about that, but like, I don't feel bad just saying that I feel like people just don't support me enough. And I'm not talking about you guys. This is like personal life, personal people situation right now, right? And, but I will never say that like people will have not supported me. I will never ever say that. But I just wanted to distance myself from people because, well, I just felt like I was around some not so good things, and it was just time to make a change. I think what I will say is that as people, our beliefs and the stuff that we think is right and wrong. Oh, I think I can get that. The things that we believe are like right and wrong, we shouldn't just downplay that for the sake of having some type of cordial relationship with even our closest friends. Not just like people that we barely know, but people that we actually have known for a long time, and we're afraid of like shaking up the dynamic, the peaks or whatever. Because I will be honest, one of my friends was one of my best friends. I was uncomfortable in a lot of different respects, and I wasn't fine with just not talking about something that they were doing that I believed I didn't care about, and I felt like in a lot of cases it was wrong. I would say it is wrong, actually. Let me not even say that I felt like it was wrong. It was wrong. So I said to myself, I'm not going to talk about it for a long time, because I didn't want to have any problems with that person, because this person was one of my really good friends. I didn't want to have them. I didn't want to shake up anything, and I did that for a long time. But I've learned that I really shouldn't be doing that, because now, for me to say that people don't really care about me, that I'm not getting the support that I need, I'm also not giving myself enough credit with, basically me respecting my own beliefs and my opinions. So when I stopped talking to that person, I had the intention of telling that person that how I felt. It was a really, really hard thing to do. You know, they even called me out on it, like, why are you just now saying this now and you didn't say this then? And it's like, it makes sense why you feel this way. Because I definitely could have said this earlier, but I didn't, because I didn't feel like it was great. And I think that was a mistake that I could have made, that I did make. And I will never make that mistake ever again. Because in that moment, I was actually disrespecting myself, and I wasn't being completely honest. I always want to be completely honest with like my friends in every sort of capacity. But I didn't do it that time because my friend, I thought that it was making them very happy. And I felt like maybe that there was some type of good to come from that. Maybe it was something wrong with me and that I had no right to basically chastise them or make them feel some type of way about whatever they felt, because I knew that my opinion could have affected them. But I decided to finally do it because that was not fair to myself. The point of the matter is, and I'll probably make a video about this, is that you should never just put your beliefs, like I said, your beliefs, what you're comfortable with aside. If someone is not really comfortable with drawing something, then don't draw it. Don't ask them for it. Okay? If someone's not comfortable with eating a certain thing, then don't offer it to them. It's okay to not be aware or ignorant to that, because if you don't know that person, then it's okay. Like, it's fine. I will say right now, I am indifferent to the LGBTQ community, and this is something I've completely had to come out about, and I know that might come as a shock, but I am indifferent to it. I do not support the movement, and do not support them at all. But what I will say was that if someone wants to be me to, tell them that, okay, they are this way, like, okay, you want me to address you as a female, that's fine. I'm completely fine with that. But what I'm not fine with is people chastising people when people say, oh, I think that you're a guy, so I'm going to say that, hey, I'm going to address you as a he, him. That is terrible. But I also do feel like it's actually bad on the other side to say that people who... Ouchie, Joy, wow, Jesus. Okay, sorry. Also, I do think it is bad at the same time for people to make fun of those people as well. I do not agree with them, and I will say right now that those people, I do have a fundamental misunderstanding with them, and I will not support that. But I can definitely see them as people, and I'm not gonna say that they're not people. But like I said, this was my friend. I wanted to disagree with them. I wanted to be open about this because I felt like I've been quiet for about too long, and I decided to not be quiet about it. And I decided to state my piece, and that's it. Of course, that friend had a problem with that, and I feel like that kind of blew it out of proportion. Oh, I forgot I could dodge roll. And that has probably shattered our relationship. I am definitely still open to being their friend, even though I disagree with what they believe in. But I'm also not going to put down my own beliefs, because they're very important to me too. And that's actually a large part about like why I even did what I did, because I'm not going to sit here and just act like my beliefs don't matter when they really do. And I have dedicated my life a lot to it. Now again, I'm not going to talk about who, I'm not going to say what, because that's a lot of personal business. But I hope that you guys can like take from this situation I was just talking about and apply it to your own lives. To really just respect your beliefs. Don't put yourself down. And to also respect people when need be. I'll say that. I am part of the LGBTQ community, and I see it as an agree to disagree. I don't want to ruin my friendship with you over a disagreement. That's my point, right? I can still be friends with you guys. I'm not saying that I can't be friends with anyone who participates in that, because I do still see you guys as people, and I'm not going to act like I just, like, I'm like exempt from like talking to people who participate in that movement, because you guys are still people. I'm just saying right now that I am tired of not respecting my own, like, my own beliefs, and not saying that I don't support it. I just don't, because I'm not being honest with you guys, and I'm just definitely not being honest with myself, and I hate that. I hated that for such a long time, and I shut up about it for a long time. And I honestly, I'm a really sensitive guy. Like, I'm really, really sensitive. I have too much empathy, and I can feel everybody else's like pain. And I swear to you, I feel like I can just feel people's emotions. So when I told this, when I tell people things and I like hurt their feelings, honestly, it makes me cry. Like, I honestly, one time, like I said, I helped this person one time. I empathized with them, and when they told me that I felt like I was that they felt like I was a great inspiration in their life, I almost freaking cried, because it was one of the most amazing remarks that someone has ever told me. But the thing about it is that I'm just super sensitive of a guy, and I'm just super sensitive to confrontation and getting made fun of and all of the other stuff. So in a lot of cases, I didn't feel the need to, shake up my interpersonal relationships. And I felt like that was too much of a risk that I didn't want to take. And also, I didn't want to be alone, and I didn't want to make people mad. But I've learned through a lot of different ways and shapes and forms that isn't right for me, and I am going to speak up about it. But I will say that I have family, and I'm not just trying to be like, trying to justify it or whatever, but I have family. I have had friends in my circle that they're a part of the LGBTQ community. My aunt is gay. One of my best friends, she was gay before we stopped talking to each other, which, by the way, had nothing to do with their sexual orientation, but I actually had to deal with the fact that every time I try to talk to them, they always just start up, like, they honestly, for one thing, I know they secretly hated me, and they were just not that supportive of a friend. Yeah. The thing is, I am who I am, and you are who you are, and I'm not changing it for anyone, not even my mom. And as much as I love my mom, she doesn't fully accept me, but I won't stop talking to her. Exactly. If my children or anybody that I knew in my life was actually a part of that community, I would not shun them. I would definitely disagree with them. But again, it's just one of those situations where agree to disagree. But I don't not love them. I feel like we just need to get this out the way. Like, we need to accept that people have differences, and I'm telling this as a Christian, but also on the side of Christians. They don't understand that. They will chastise the people for that, but do not realize that Jesus actually participated in talks and hanging out with sinners. And also the fact that atheists, and well, not atheists, what am I talking about? But LGBTQ people, they also chastise Christians, just as Christians chastise like LGBTQ people. And it's just a bad situation from both ends. I feel like that we should all be able to interact and be happy with each other no matter what, as long as that we have good in our hearts. That's not to say that I am like progressive or anything like that, but if there's anything I am progressive with, is with peace and love. And that is what I fundamentally have to say about that. If you are a part of the LG, and I'm not talking about you, just you, Sparkplug, but I'm also talking about anyone that I know personally or watch my videos or both. If you are a part of the LGBT community, I still like you. I still honestly love you as a person, and I would honestly just love to meet you. I don't care. I really don't care. I am very indifferent to the movement, and I don't really care about it. But you're still a person. See, there's not a lot of people who will say stuff like this nowadays. A lot of people like to lie and just not say anything, or like to keep quiet. I am being authentic here, and I will say exactly what's on my mind, because there's not that many of that stuff going on nowadays. So I'm not saying that like you need to respect my opinion, but I will say that that is my opinion, and I will accept it on however you take that. So, you know, I'm willing to like just hear and talk about it, but I'm just saying. So yeah, that's my another longer stance on like my beliefs and stuff like that. The thing about people is that generalizing is definitely like a huge thing, and people love to like generalize a complete group of people. Like, I do it even too. I'm not a hypocrite. I generalize. It's not like LGBT though. Like, I generalize everybody. I'll say right now, I hate everybody. I like kind of hate everybody, not gonna lie, and I think it's because of my situation going on right now. But I really just do not like people, and but that's generalizing, you know. Not everybody. I know dang well that not everybody I do not like. You know what I'm saying?